Hari Om. All are back. All are back. Can we start? Yeah, okay, fine. So, Pushparani ma'am, I told like there is a balance between negative and the positive feedback, right? So that is not actually the correct explanation. So I will take up this positive and negative feedback in our next session when we meet. Now we will go with the human lymphatic system. But what one thing is, okay, I will explain it in the next thing itself, okay? So now the human lymphatic system. So here, why to study the lymphatic system? So first we have to know that this lymphatic system is helpful in maintaining the fluid equilibrium throughout the body by collecting and returning the excess interstitial fluid and to the bloodstream. So then the defense network acts as a sophisticated cleaning and defense system, filtering the pathogens, coordinating immune responses. Then we have contemporary research. It reveals a critical role of this lymphatic system in disease prevention, cancer progression, and therapeutic intervention. So what basically this lymphatic system does is it is going to cleanse and purify our blood from the dead and decayed cells, then our foreign microorganisms which is not suitable for our body, then it will prevent cancer cell progression. So each and everybody in our world will have cancer cells within them, but these lymphatic system and other immune system cells will take a control over those cancer cells, and it will not allow them to overpower the other cells. But when we are not going to take care of our immune system and our lymphatic system, then cancer progression can happen. This is like police control over the criminals. Criminals are always there in any kind of society, but police will have control over them. Only when the criminals take upper hand, the police and the other societal people will have to surrender to them. So similarly, lymphatic system, we can say like they are our security guards. Okay. Then what is this interstitial fluid? They are watery fluid. So they form the main component of extracellular fluid. What is this extracellular is? Cell will be there, and outside the cell, what is the fluid present? That is called extracellular. So which also includes plasma. Transcellular will be in the brain. Okay, and very specific regions will have this transcellular fluids. So all these things will have this interstitial fluid. This fluid will fill the space between the body cells. Then they will act as a crucial transport medium. Along with the blood, this fluid will also help in transportation. It will deliver nutrients like oxygen, sugar, amino acids, and then from the blood capillaries to the cells. Then they will carry metabolic waste away from the cells as well. Then this is also called as tissue fluid. It is similar to the blood plasma, but with fewer proteins. So whatever is there outside, this fluid is called as interstitial fluid. Okay, then it is eventually draining into the lymphatic system to become the lymph and returning to the bloodstream. Okay, lymph will be delivered into the lymphatic system, and this interstitial fluid will go back to the blood. So this is how the cycle happens. Then this is how the lineage of the blood fluid happens. So from the blood, the plasma component, the plasma comes out of the capillaries. Then this interstitial fluid is formed. Part of it enters the lymphatic vessels that will become the lymph. Then from these fluids, specialized compartments, from there it forms the transcellular fluid. So I don't know how many of you saw the YouTube videos that I sent in the group. If you have time, please go through the video so that you will understand even more about the anatomy. So this flow chart also, if I get a video how this transcellular fluids are formed, how lymph is formed, if I get an animated video, I will send it in the YouTube. Please take time to watch and understand better. Okay. So now, what is lymph? Lymph is a clear colorless fluid. It is similar in composition to the interstitial fluid, yet it is different. What are the key differences? They have a lower concentration of oxygen and protein when compared to blood plasma. So blood is having red blood cells, white blood cells, and it will have plasma. So in the blood plasma, this lymph is far different with respect to the oxygen protein concentration. Okay. Then it is enriched with fats absorbed from digestive system. It transports immune cells, antigen, and cellular waste products. Then it serves as the medium for immune surveillance through the tissues. So this is the organs of immune system. So here you have the tonsils and adenoids. So it is inside or near the throat. Then we have this lymph nodes and lymphatic vessels. Nodes are like knots in the chain. In the chain, when you put a knot, how it will be? It will like that the nodes will be present in the lymph. Then thymus is the main immune system or immunity governing endocrine gland. Then here also we have lymph nodes. Lymph nodes are throughout the body. Okay, then these are all important. Bone marrow, appendix recently they have found it is having a control over the immune system. Then spleen is very important for the immune system to happen, because spleen is the place where the blood is getting purified. So all over the body, the exact pure blood is obtained from the spleen only. Then lymph vessels. There is a parallel network along with artery and vein where the blood is being transported. There is a parallel system running throughout the body which is going to carry the lymph. Okay. So here the fluid collection is happening. It collects excess fluid that leaks from the blood capillaries into the surrounding tissue. So it will return it back to the circulation. Transport lymph back to the bloodstream via major ducts near the heart. Then we have this edema prevention. It prevents tissue swelling by maintaining proper fluid distribution. So when you hang your leg for a long time during travel, or if you are seated for a long time during travel or during the flight journey, sometimes some people will have this swelling in the leg. This is because the fluid is not distributed properly. The circulatory system is not doing its work properly. So there is some imbalance in the system, in the lymphatic tissues as well. So what they say, don't sit continuously for many hours. In between, at least for 1 hour once, you just take a walk and come back. Also, don't leave your legs hanging for many hours so that this edema can be prevented. So activity is very, very important for both circulatory system and for the lymphatic system to work properly. Okay. Now valves, they have one-way traffic control. Lymphatic vessels contain numerous one-way valves that ensure unidirectional flow towards the heart. So wherever the capillaries are there, when the interstitial fluid is coming out and when the blood is sending out excess fluid, this lymphatic vessels will open up and collect the fluid, but it will not allow the fluid to go out. Only pulling in will happen, sending out will not happen. So that is why they say it is one-way traffic control. So what is the critical function? It will prevent black flow of the lymph fluid. Then it enable movement against the gravity, especially from the lower extremities. That is what I told you, the example of a leg hanging. They get this edema. So if you walk, if you do some activity, if you do some stretches, this vessels or the valves will get activated so that pumping in of the excess fluid will happen. The circulation also will happen very well. Then work with muscle contraction to propel the lymph forward. Then maintain pressure gradient throughout the system. So when there is high pressure, low pressure, the substance from high pressure will go to low pressure and neutralize it. Similarly, when the concentration of the fluid is more in the blood, this lymph vessels will have low concentration, it will open up, it will take up the excess one inside and then it closes. Okay, it will not send it back. Then think of them as traffic signal ensuring smooth organized flow in single direction. Now the lymph nodes, they are the checkpoints. So what they will do, or their structure is like small bean shaped organs. They range from 1 to 25 millimeter. So it can be between any size from 1 to 25 millimeters, scattered strategically throughout the body in clusters. What they will do, they will filter. What all they will filter? Bacteria, virus, cancer cells and foreign particles as the lymph flows through their specialized chambers. Then there is immune response. They house the lymphocytes. Here cytes means cells. So wherever you see cytes, it means cells. What kind of cells? Lymphatic cells. That is why they have called it as lymphocytes. And macrophages. Macrophages are dead cells like. Okay. And that identify and destroy pathogens. So macrophages will identify the macrophages are not dead cells. They will identify the pathogens and it will help in destroying the pathogens. Then it will initiate the adaptive immunity. So what they will do, they enlarge during infection as they actively produce immune cell and fight invaders, a visible sign of immune activity. So if there is swelling or if you have fever or something like this, they will check all those things and they will destroy the foreign invasion. Foreign invasion in the sense the microbes which is not suitable for the body. And here they say swelling or inflammation, something like that. It refers to the cell inflammation. It need not visibly seen outside. The cells inside also can get inflamed, for which this lymphatic cells will help, or the cells from the thymus glands will act as a immunity power so that our system will be maintained in balance. Then what are all the organs organs involved in this lymphatic system? So first one is the tonsils. They are first line of defense. So strategic location, where they are located, they are positioned in the entrance to the respiratory and digestive tract. So in between, maybe in between, if you see, you will know here you have this tonsils. So where the air and the food enters. Okay, in that junction we have this forming a protective ring in the throat. They are known as Waldier's ring. Defense, they act as soldiers against the inhaled and ingested pathogens. Also, this will sample the antigens from air and food. It will produce antibodies and it will activate the immune response. And particularly, this is active in childhood. That is why small children will have this tonsillitis, no? They will get pain in the throat when they eat ice cream or when they go in cold weather. All these things will affect the tonsils because that is the first line of defense. It will get affected soon. But when we grow up, this will not happen. So especially in the childhood, the immunity is taken care of by these tonsils. They serve as early warning guards for the respiratory system. Then comes the thymus. This is the training ground for T cells. T cells means thymus produced immune cells. Okay, so that is where these T cells are going to get originated as well. So in the infancy, the thymus cells will be large. Thymus will be large and highly active organ producing vast number of T cells for developing immune system. Then continuous T cell production and maturation happens and building the immune memory. So how much ever you safeguard and develop a good immune system in the childhood, that is going to help you throughout the life. And nowadays that will not happen because of improper food habits and because of most of the children are taking outside food, especially junk foods, especially chocolates and ice creams, where only sugar is in high concentration. Not only that, even the health drinks that are advertised and marketed, they are also not good for health because the concentration of that sugar is very, very high. Okay, then puberty, it begins gradually. The thymus gland gradually shrink as the body shifts to maintenance mode. So production mode completed, now it is going to maintain. Then in adulthood, significantly the thymus is reduced in size, replaced by fatty tissue, but continues limited function. Then the thymus produces thymosin and other hormones essential for T cell development and maturation in the childhood. So it's very crucial for establishing the earlier immune protection, teaching the T cell to distinguish self from non-self. Okay, this self from non-self is something related to spirituality as well. But this thymus is doing that function for our physical body. Okay, mental body or what to say, our other koshas. What are they? Annamaya is taken care of by this thymus. Then we have this manomaya, pranamaya, all these things. We have to do what is required so that we ourselves will distinguish from self and non-self. So here, bone marrow, it is very, very important, the factory where the blood cells are being produced. So first we saw tonsils is the first defense system. Thymus, it is going to help in producing T cells. It will help T cells to identify the non-beneficial cells and then pathogens in the system. It will also trigger the T cell memory status, and after puberty that is going to get down, but bone marrow, it is going to keep on producing the red blood cells and white blood cells, especially the red blood cells is produced in bone marrow. So this is called the factory. Now the primary production site of blood, so soft spongy tissue found inside the bones, particularly in the pelvis, sternum and long bones serve as the birthplace of all blood cells. Now, hematopoiesis, here the process of red blood cell formation for oxygen transportation, then generates platelets for blood clotting, creates white blood cells including lymphocytes. Then the continuous, this hematopoiesis, the continuous vital process where all blood cells are formed, renewed and matured primarily in the bone marrow. So immune partnership, here it works in coordination with the thymus to build comprehensive immune defense system. So B cells mature directly in bone marrow. So B cells are the cells that are produced in the bone marrow. They are also immunity related cells. Here T cells, they are produced in thymus. So where the cells are produced, it is having the starting letter of that organ. So B cell from bone marrow, T cell from thymus. Now continuous production maintains immune cell population. So here sites of hematobiosis. In fetus, it is in the yolk sac. In first 2 months, then 2 to 7 months, it will be there in liver and spleen. From 5 to 9 months, it goes to bone marrow. So you must remember, hematobiosis is the process of producing the blood cell. So initially, the blood cell is produced from the yolk sac, then it move on to liver and spleen, then it will go to bone marrow. So from childhood, you have bone marrow. In all bones, the blood cells are being produced. But in the adults, bone marrow, where only in these organs or things you will have this production of blood cells. What are they? Sternum, ribs, vertebrae, skull, sacrum, pelvis, and femur ends. Okay. Okay, now without functional bone marrow, the immune system cannot sustain itself. Then spleen, as I already told you, spleen is the blood filter where you can get or see the purified blood. So the first one, blood purification, removes old damaged red blood cells and recycles iron for new blood production. Then we will have this pathogen renewal. It filters blood-borne bacteria, foreign particles, preventing systemic infections. Then cell storage stores platelets and white blood cells, releasing them during emergency. Antibody production, it houses B cells. Already I told you B cells are from bone marrow, and then plasma cells that produce antibodies against the blood-borne pathogens. Then this is the spleen. It is in the upper left abdomen. Blood flow, it processes 250 ml of blood per minute. Then what does it have as in the circulation? It filters the old blood cells. In immune response, it produces immune responses, like it produces antibody, etc. Then the spleen.
Clarification, ma'am. One clarification.
Please.
Ma'am, and also the kidney also filter the blood and the spleen also filter the blood. What I understand is
There is a
spleen is
difference. No. There is a difference between
yeah.
cleansing and purification.
Okay.
Cleansing, you have your home clean. But can you say your home is pure? No, kidneys will do the cleansing process. Spleen will do the purification process.
Okay.
It will be very,
Spleen
very
is
sterile.
removing the that is
Old
dead
blood
cells
cells.
and like that.
Yes, old blood cells, then it will remove the pathogens, microbes, everything will be taken care of by the spleen.
Spleen.
In
Kidney
kidney,
urine production one.
urine production happens, but what does it do? It will take excess amount of nutrients from the blood.
Okay.
And it is sent to the urine.
Yeah.
Okay, so cleaning process done by kidney, purification process done by spleen.
Okay. Thank you.
So this already I told you, it is located in, spleen is located in the, here, in this region, in your left side, where your stomach is there, you have the spleen. So it purifies and 250 ml of blood per minute is being processed in the spleen. So lymphatic ducts you have all over the body, but two main lymphatic ducts are there. The right one will drain the lymph from the right upper body, right arm, right thorax, right head, neck and region. So this is this side. So all the area from this which is colored, no, this will drain into the right duct. Then you have the largest lymphatic vessel, which is called as larger thoracic duct. So all other parts of the body will drain into this thoracic duct only. We don't call it as left lymphatic duct, we call it as thoracic duct. It is the largest one. It drains the lymph from rest of the body, including the lower extremities, left upper body and the abdomen. Then both the ducts empty into the clavicine vein near the heart, returning the filtered lymph to the blood circulation. This final step completes lymphatic cycle, returning approximately 2 to 4 liters of fluid daily back to cardiovascular system. Only if this is going to get circulated into the blood, the fluidity of the blood will be maintained. Otherwise, it can become thick and the flow of the blood also can get hampered. Then white blood cells, they are exactly the soldiers. So T cell mediated immunity directly attacks the infected cell, cancer cell and coordinated immune response. If these T cells are getting damaged, then autoimmune disorders and then any sort of infections can happen. B cells, this will help in antibody production. So T cells directly go out and fight. B cells will produce antibodies. It will recognize the antigen and produce specific antibody to neutralize the pathogen. Memory cells, long-term protection. Remember the past infection, enabling faster responses to repeat the encounters. So for this, even the vaccines can help. Chickenpox vaccine, one live vaccine, once if it is injected, it will remember and it will not allow the pathogen to enter. Chickenpox you will not get at all. Okay. Then what are all the types of white blood cells? Neutrophils. In your blood test, when you see the total blood count, when they take and give, they will give you neutrophils, all these things. So what are they? We will see neutrophils kill bacteria, fungi and foreign debris. Monocyte, it will clean up the damaged cells. Then eosinophils, it will kill parasite, cancer cell and involved in allergic reactions or responses. And that is why when you have the cell inflammation or somewhere in your body, even if you don't know there is an inflammation, when you take a blood test and if the eosinophils are more, then it means there is inflammation in your body. Also, if you have more of fluid retention in your body, also sometimes eosinophils can go high. Then lymphocytes, they will help fight virus and make antibodies. So lymphocytes, already we saw, they are specialized white blood cells that form backbone of adaptive immunity, capable of recognizing and remembering the specific threat. So this is very important because they have memory as well. Then basophils, it is involved in allergic responses. Now, these cellular soldiers work in coordinated teams, communicating through chemical signals to mount effective immune responses against all kinds of pathogens and the cancer cells. Now, macrophages, at that time I told wrongly, I also asked sorry for that. So macrophages are the cleaners. They are cells within our body. They are phagocytosis, large immune cells that literally eat the foreign bodies, dead cells and debris through a process called phagocytosis. Okay. So they are stationed throughout the lymph nodes, spleen, liver and tissue, ready to respond wherever needed. Then they will release the chemical signals that initiate inflammatory responses and recruit other immune cells to the infection site. So macrophages will call upon other immunity cells to the specific target region where the action is needed. Then antigen presentation, process and display pathogen fragments to T cells, bridging innate and adaptive immunity. Now, inflammatory response, how it is going to happen? First, tissue damage. Injury or infection damages the cell, which release chemical alarm signals including histamine and cytokinin. So these two are like some protein or chemical that is produced in the blood. Whenever there is tissue damage, these two types of chemicals are produced. It will signal, it will trigger the response. It will ask for help. Just 1 minute. Okay, now vasodilation. Vasodilation means the blood vessels are dilated. Vaso means blood vessels. Vessels can be called as vaso. Here, I mean, vessels are denoted by vaso. Vasodilation means blood vessels are dilated. Dilated means it's opened and become more permeable, allowing fluid and immune cell to enter the affected tissue. Then what happens? White blood cells, particularly the neutrophil and macrophages, migrate to the site following the chemical gradients. Then macrophages engulf and destroy the invaders, while lymphocytes coordinate the targeted immune responses. So this also you can imagine, like one or two criminals are there, police will round them up and then they will catch hold of the criminals and throw them out of the society or put them in the jail. Similarly, this macrophages will go and engulf. Engulf means it will surround the pathogen, it will destroy them. And these lymphocytes are going to help the macrophages to do that. Then anti-inflammatory signals. It will initiate healing, clearing debris and rebuild the damaged structures. Then what are all the signs? Like all these things are happening within the system. How do you know all these things are happening? Redness, heat, swelling, pain. All these indicate active immune defense system. This ancient protective mechanism remains essential for survival. So that is why whoever gets fever, even the child, if they are getting fever, doctor themselves will say, don't come to us for the first 3 to 4 days. Only if the fever is not going to subdue, after 3rd day or the 4th day, please go to the doctor. Okay, because you have to allow the body to fight so that it will take it into its memory. Again, if the same kind of pathogen comes, it will not allow or it will immediately act. So for the first time, they have to fight, they have to win. We have to allow the body to do so. And the outcome is fever. That is why in traditional medical system, like Ayurveda, Siddha, Ayurveda, Siddha and all, they will not treat the symptom. Fever is considered a symptom and not as a disease. And fever can happen due to n number of disease conditions. It is not necessarily cold. Even if the cold is coming, cold can happen because of few different reasons. Okay, Ayurveda is having all those things, how to find out what is the cause of the fever. But if you go to allopathy, they will treat the fever. They will not treat the cause. That is why allow the body for 3 to 4 days, let it fight, let it defend itself, let the immunity develop. If it cannot do so after 4 days, then you can go to a doctor. Okay, this we have to make sure. Then there is a discovery, like brain has its own lymph-like waste clearance system. This is called as glymatic system. So brain cells produce metabolic waste, including beta amyloid protein. Then cerebrospinal fluid flows through the brain tissue along the blood vessel cells. Then clearance increases dramatically during the sleep when brain cells shrink. And then this glymatic system clears toxin proteins that could damage the neuron. So what they are trying to say is, brain cells will act individually. It will shrink and it will move like, what is the opposite for shrink word? Okay, that happens. Okay, so when the cells shrink, it will remove the waste materials out. So when it is active during the day, the waste materials are not there. So sleep is very important. And the beta amyloid protein is not good for the brain cells, and that is why this lymphatic system is going to get rid of this beta amyloid protein. And impaired this glymatic clearance may contribute to this beta amyloid accumulation, which is the key sign for Alzheimer's disease. Okay, here the quality sleep supports brain health by optimizing this clearance system. What you have to note here is they say only quality sleep. They are not saying about the quantity. In allopathy, what they say, there is an average like an adult has to sleep from 6 to 8 hours compulsorily. But in Ayurveda, depending upon the prakriti of the person, it can range from 4 to 10 hours or 12 hours also. If a person is kapha dominant, they have a tendency to sleep for 10 to 12 hours also sometimes. But that is not good. But still, they will have a tendency towards that. If they are pitta, it will be 6 to 8. If they are vata, it will be 4 to 6 only. Also, the sleep quantity depends upon the health of the person. Even if the vata person is not in good health, then they may have a tendency to sleep more than 8 hours. So you cannot say like this is the average sleep every individual has to have. You cannot put it in a same common code. It depends upon the person. It depends upon the condition of the health, everything. So what is very important? When you sleep, you must have a sound sleep. You must not know what is happening around you when you are sleeping. No noise, nothing must disturb you. When you go to bed, when you close your eyes, everything must get shut down. Okay, that is how you have to do the daily work also. Make your body tired, go to sleep, close your eyes, let your brain shut down, and all the activities also get shut down so that the quality of sleep will be more. When the quality of sleep is more, this glymatic system will get activated. Every residue or every negative things from the brain will get removed and brain will cleanse itself. Even if you sleep for 4 hours in the night, it is good, but have a quality sleep. That is what is very important. Then lymph will trigger the immune cells. Immune cells will give brain body health. Now, what is the everyday relevance? Exercise is very important. Physical activity and muscle contraction propel lymph flow, enhancing immune function and reducing fluid. So very important, even if you cannot do any of the exercises or yoga sadhana as asanas, please go for a walk. Minimum of 30 to 45 minutes of brisk walking is very essential. And in Ayurveda, what they say, after taking food, just sit for 5 to 10 minutes. After that, you have to have minimum of 100 steps walking. But 100 step walking is not enough for us. How we can take it is minimum of 10 to 15 minutes of stroll. You need not have a brisk walking because after having your food, you cannot walk briskly. At least you have a mild walking like. After 10 minutes of rest, 10 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes of slow walking, then you go and do your work. The slow walking you can do inside your home or in your office somewhere whenever you get the break for your lunch. That you can do so that every metabolism, digestion, then your circulation, this lymphatic system, everything will get activated. There will be no stagnation in the body. Then lifestyle. So what we have to do, balanced nutrition, quality sleep again, stress management, avoid smoking, alcohol, all these things will enhance the lymphatic and immune system functioning. Then simple daily habits like staying active, drinking water, then getting sufficient sleep will directly enhance. This is as a conclusion. So will enhance your lymphatic system and it will help you protect and maintain your health. So summary, fluid balance. It maintains the tissue fluid homeostasis by returning 2 to 4 liters daily to circulation, preventing the edema. Then It removes pathogen, cellular debris and foreign particles while coordinating sophisticated immune responses. Then it houses and activates lymphocytes, producing antibodies and maintaining immunological memory. Then modern connection, integral to cancer biology, brain health, cardiovascular function, and it as a therapeutic strategies also. So lymphatic system works tirelessly. Behind the scene, it is a silent guardian. Then it will fight infection, clear brain waste, prevent cancer. It will maintain the fluid balance. So we have to take care of it. Now, what are all the types of blood fluid? So just I told few types of fluids are there in the blood. What is circulating in the body? I just wanted to give you a overall view of what is there. So transcellular fluid, it is seen in the brain and connected with the spinal cord. So they are the cerebrospinal fluid, synovial fluid, aqueous humor in the eye. Then you have pleural fluid in the lungs. Then this is transcellular. Then interstitial fluid is like whatever surrounds the cell. What cell is there, surrounding it, what are all the fluids present, they are called as interstitial fluid. They will act as an immediate environment for the cell, providing nutrients, and it removes the waste also. Then what is plasma? Plasma is within the blood. It is a liquid portion of the blood, about 55% of the blood volume. It will contain water, proteins, electrolyte, nutrient, hormone, and waste products. Then you have the lymph. Lymph is outside the blood. It is not blood, okay? It is a clear fluid formed when interstitial fluid enters the lymphatic vessels. This fluid, when it enters the lymphatic vessels, it becomes a lymph, okay? It contains fewer protein than the plasma, but it carries immune cells and plays a very vital role in immunity and fat absorption. Now the blood, it is a connective tissue composed of plasma, and it is formed with elements of red blood cell, white blood cell, and platelets. It will transport oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and waste products, and it is seen or it moves throughout the body. Now, how are they connected? Plasma leaks out of capillaries, become the interstitial fluid. Then this interstitial fluid enters the lymphatic vessels, become the lymph. Now, blood is the source of plasma, and plasma is continuously exchanged with interstitial fluid. This transcellular fluid are derived from plasma and this interstitial fluid, but are highly specialized for local function. That means it is seen in the central nervous system. Surrounding the central nervous system, we see this transcellular fluids. So all these things are part of extracellular fluid system, constantly exchanging and maintaining the homeostasis. Okay, the same is given in the tabular column. Okay. So in short, blood contains plasma. Plasma forms the interstitial fluid. Interstitial form becomes lymph. Lymph will then, when it goes into the specialized offshoot, it becomes a transcellular fluid. So this one, I just wanted to give you an overall view of Ayurvedic anatomy. This is very, very broad. Actually, there is too much into it. But just in Ayurveda, how they say, we saw skeletal system first, then we saw excretory, in that order. But how exactly the body tissues are formed in a human system is like, first you have this plasma or lymph formation. To that, when there is addition of red blood cells, it will become blood. From blood, you will have muscle formation. From muscle, you will have this adipose tissue formation. Then you will have bone. From bone, I'm sorry, the arrow mark is not here, it must be here. From bone, it goes into bone marrow. After bone, bone marrows are formed. From bone marrows, you have this reproductive tissue. So order of production will be plasma, blood, then you have muscle, then you have adipose tissue, then bone marrow, then you have this reproductive tissue. This is how the formation of cells in the body are formed, and from rasa to sukra to form, it will take nearly 28 days, it seems, approximately. If you have food today, after 27 days, all these things will get formed. Okay, this is just an outer view. So what you call from rasa, you get rakta, rakta to mamsa, mamsa to meda, meda to asti, asti to majja, majja to shukra. From shukra, if it is even still purified, it goes to ojas. Ojas comes in the yogic term. It is the very, very refined form of energy level or energy body or energy tissue, which is present in the body, and mostly yogis will have it in higher concentration. We are not still reached that point. Okay.
In Vedatriyam also they teach that ojas.
Correct. Teaching cannot help us develop ojas, right? It
Yes.
must happen. We have to practice, and only then that ojas will happen.
Yeah.
And when I told, I think Pushpa ma'am was not there, I will take about the positive and negative feedback in the next class.
Yes.
Because I told positive and negative are for balancing, but that is not correct. So negative feedback is entirely different, positive feedback is entirely different. These two does not work in cohesion. So I will take it in the next session.
Okay.
Okay, now it
We
is
know
12.
that function, but we need that clarification in what is the feedback in negative feedback happening
See,
in our
positive
body, and
feedback is
positive
like, okay,
positive is
negative.
the blood clotting. That is
Okay,
example is the blood clotting,
not only
and
blood clotting, it is also in the childbirth also it happens.
hmm.
So outline, if I have to give, negative feedback is when the stress level increases, and when the hormones does its function, stress levels goes down, so the brain will tell the organ to stop the production of those hormones. This is negative feedback.
Yes.
But when it comes to positive feedback, until the function is getting over, like childbirth, child delivery time, the oxytocin will be produced in large amount. When until and
Progesterone
otherwise
also
the
produced.
child is pushed out, this oxytocin will not go down.
Yeah.
So this is positive. And in blood clotting also, when you until and otherwise the blood is getting
Stop.
clotted, the plasma will produce that chemical. I forgot the chemical. So that chemical will be produced. Until the clotting is happening, the chemical will be produced. So that is positive.
Positive.
Once the blood is stopped, that chemical is stopped to produce.
Yes.
In that positive feedback, it happens up to that negative have stopped. Negative, that is the blood coming outside. That blood clotted happens. That chemical is stopped in positive blood. Whereas in negative feedback, what I understand, what the hormones need the organs once that
Function is getting over.
yeah, to that is reach that hormones to produce that for in a negative feedback. I understand that. That is the clarification I need for that.
Yes, I will put it in a tabular column, and I will explain it in the next session.
Okay, well, thank you.
Okay.
Didi, this OJS element that you said, hello?
Yes, sir. I can hear.
This OJS element that you said, OJS means the glow.
Glow
Does
is
it?
the outcome of ojas.
Glow is the
When you
outcome of
have,
OJS. So, is this OJS in characteristics? It has a sattvic characteristics, or it has a rajasic characteristic? OJS.
probably, I think it must be sattvic.
Yeah, because I was just getting confused with the
Because it is
the
the
word OJS.
purified form of.
It's a purified form. Yeah.
Yes, so it must be sattvic.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. I'm telling you, it can be, because Ara is different from ojas. Ara can be from black to white. In between, n number of colors can happen. Ojas is something related to the purified form of sukra material.
Yes.
So I think it must be sattvic only.
Yeah, we talk of the ojas term in for saints and
So it must be
very
sattvic.
divine people.
Yes.
Mummy, that just helps to awakening the kundalini also, no?
Yes. That is there. But
So that
I
is
don't know.
Sulumani Nadi is the purifying in that, I think. The
We
kundalini.
don't we don't
Not
want to go
that.
into that. Illa.
Ah.
What I'm saying is like we are going too much into nadi and chakra, all these things that we don't
That
have
will
to go for
completely
now. Yes,
that
it's
will
out of
completely
context.
divert. It is
Yes,
a
it is
vast
out of
subject. Like,
context.
ma'am,
Yeah.
our another bro asked the iPhone 13 Pro Max. He asked with the watches, right? If you don't mind,
Yeah,
will it
yeah.
be connected with the
Kavita ma'am
D? Will
has
it
said
be
pure form of
serial
what is the
vital fluid?
serial vital fluid? Serial
Form of
vital fluid
fluid.
means what? Okay, sexual vital fluid is ojas. Yes. That is what
Ma'am,
I also told. Shukra is
according
Suklam.
to
the
Suklam.
last one. So when rasa gets formed into rakta, so likewise when it moves on, Shukra is getting purified and then comes the ojas. That is the last part. But they are not telling it in this sequence because that doesn't happen for most of the human beings. It requires more practice. And that is why after Shukra, they don't say, very
ma'am,
rarely they say Ojas is coming.
excuse me, ma'am, will it be connected with the DNA, ma'am?
DNA is in the physical level.
Okay.
So these are all tissues. We have not gone deep into the genetic level. Whatever we say, like rasa, rakta, all are all tissues only, no? We saw in the beginning itself when group of cells combine together and perform a single function, that becomes a tissue. So blood is also a tissue. It is a connective tissue. So similarly, all these things, whatever we say as adipose tissue, bone, or you call it as what else we saw, muscle, everything becomes a tissue. We have not gone into the genetic level.
In which angle am I asking means for another Pro iPhone 13 Pro Max, he asked, will it be having connected with the characteristic related, right? Sattvic characteristics or Rajasic
No.
characteristics.
See,
So
that
DNA will
doesn't.
be connected with the Sattvic characteristics like that, right?
No,
In that
not
angle, I asking.
necessarily. Not necessarily DNA has to be connected with Sattvic or thing. For
Rajasic.
our normal functioning, all these three gunas has to be present. Even for a yogi who is embodied, meaning if he is still in the body, but he has reached the samadhi level, like Ramana Maharishi, they all have reached the Asambharagnata Samadhi, but still they were in the earth with the physical
Settle
body.
level.
So whenever a yogi also, if he is with the physical body, or whoever is living in the world with the physical body, they must have all these three gunas. Otherwise, they cannot live in the body itself. For the body to get grounded, it needs tamas. For the body to do any function, even for digestion, blood circulation, anything, for the activity to happen, rajas is very important. For stability, you need this sattvic. Even for the intelligence, you need sattvic. To function in this world, you must have sattvic. So all these three things must happen. But for the yogi, this rajas and tamas will be present up to their survival level alone. Only for the survival, these two will function. The rest all will be sattvic. So what we can say is sattvic will be at its dominance. Rajas and tamas will happen for the physical body to function. But for us, all sorts of combination and the confusions happens with the guna and we react accordingly. So we are not going into genetic level, we stay only with the tissue level. But I couldn't see the question. I saw the chat also. I couldn't see the question. I was just seeing. Okay. Okay then. Okay, now it is time 12:15. Probably we'll wind the session. I have 4 more topics to complete in anatomy, but they are all very short ones only. So probably in 1 or 2 sessions, I'll try to complete it. Okay. Okay, we'll close with a prayer today. One more thing. Activity Nobody reminded me about the activity. I have told you to
Yeah, ma'am.
do.
Ma'am,
What is the feedback or what was your
yeah.
experience?
That is what we did. That is food what we take in that way when we chant that mantra. That is Sahana Bhavantu. You told that, no? I chant that mantra and that is with satisfied. What we have the food, we are getting with satisfied.
Okay, one more thing
And
I will
also,
do. One more thing I will do. In the group, I will send the Sahana Bhavatu along with word to word meaning and its pronunciation. Because it is not Sahana Bhavatu, something what
Sahana
Sahana, it is
Bhavantu.
Bhavatu. Okay, so I will send the word to word meaning, also the chant, so that you can go through it and you can get it correct and then you can chant it correctly. And for today's activity,
Okay.
today we saw about lymphatic system. I told it is for purification. So how are we going to connect this with yoga? In digestion, we saw some activity related to yoga. Then we went to nervous system, we saw an activity related to yoga. Now it is lymphatic system. What are we going to do? Any idea? Enna pannina is what we do, how are we going to connect? I also gave you a hint, it is a purification system. So what you are going to do? Okay. In asanas, whenever you do asanas, if you are going to do it very slowly with the breath coordination, then there will be purification in your system. Also, one more step ahead. If you do an asana and if you go and stay there in the asana, meaning even if it is an Uttanasana or Paschimottanasana, okay, if you are going to raise your hands on inhale, you will bend forward and touch your feet or your toes. You will catch hold of your toes on exhalation. After that, what you do, go stay there in the position. After that exhalation, you will inhale, exhale. How much counts of breath if you can stay there? 1 breath, 2 breath, 3 breaths, whichever is convenient for you. If you are going to stay there, it will help in the purification of your system. Why? Because
So you are saying instead of counting, we can follow the breath, like a 10 breaths like that, right? For example, we will count.
actually better than counting, if you can go
Breath
and
is
do breath counting will be more relevant there, because
valuable.
Paschimottanasana will enhance the exhalation more. Exhalation obviously will help in removing the waste material.
Metabolism.
So there, because of following the breath while staying at the asana, purification process will happen, but in the way of therapy, right? The therapeutically
Not
will happen, right?
necessarily therapy. Yoga
Therapy
asana.
means purification means if the person is fit, no issues. The natural purification will process.
If the person is fit, will he not have waste material in his body?
No. If, for example, if the person has eaten lately at the dinner, the person practices in the morning. The person practices, for example, according to your instruction, Pavana Muktasana or Paschimottanasana means. In the early morning, if the person does, he didn't pass proper stool, for example. If he stays at that asana, because of stomach construction, automatically, balanced stool will go easily, right? After finishing the practice. Like that also will happen, right?
No, we have some other asanas for that. Not this one.
No, like a Navasana, like that.
Okay.
What I may say, that those asanas, if the person practices properly, according to your instruction, if the person follows the proper breath without any
No.
discomfort.
I'm not saying about releasing of stools or releasing of urine. I am saying about the internal cleansing. Prana cleansing I'm talking about. Not the physical body cleansing. Why I am saying this is when you do an asana dynamically, that is, you go to the asana, you come back, do like this, do like an exercise. You will inhale, raise your hands up, exhale, you will go down to the Uttanasana. Then again, inhale, come back, again, you go down to Uttanasana. If you do this dynamically, there is a possibility of prana chalanam. Chalanam in the sense there will be movement of prana in all of your body freely. Okay. But when you go and stay there in the asana, this prana chalana, movement of prana will go and stay in that specific area and it will start cleansing. It is called as prana shodhanam.
Can you give any example, please?
So example in the sense, if you do Surya Namaskar, it is a dynamic asana. Okay. So, okay, don't go to that extreme. Now, what we will say?
Sorry, ma'am.
Okay, Paschimottanasana itself. You will stretch your legs, you will sit down, stretch your legs, you raise your hands, go down, catch hold of your toes. So this is Paschimottanasana. On inhale, you will raise your hands up. On exhale, you will catch hold of the toes. Again, you will not stay there. Again, inhale, go up, come down, exhale. Likewise, if you do, this is called dynamic. When you do this, the prana movement in your body will be enhanced. But if you go and stay there in the Paschimottanasana, where the activity is happening in your lower abdomen. So in the lower abdomen, the prana shodhanam will happen. That is cleansing of the prana in that area is happening. Not necessarily I am talking about the physical.
I understand. How can we understand that cleansing is happening there? If we instruct to the client,
yes.
If we instruct to the client, we should say clearly, right? That's why I'm asking.
Okay. One thing is like on the day I told, how you will know your quality of asana is good. How to find out? After you do each and every asana, your breath rate must be very slow.
Normal.
Before and after. You can note your breath rate. Before how many, in a minute, how many breaths you took before the asana. After the asana, how many breaths you are taking. So when you compare, if it is 15 breaths per minute before the asana, but if it's coming down to 12 breaths per minute after the asana, then the quality of asana is good. Also, after the asana, you must not have any palpitation or you must not have fast heart rate. Heartbeat must not be fast. So that slowly you have to do your asana. Then the quality of asana is good. But when you do this dynamic one, you will not have this lower number of counts of breath need not be slow. Your heartbeat also need not be slow. For that, what you will do, you will go to Savasana. In Savasana, you will manage these two. You will put them down, you will get subtle and dirgha prana. I mean the breath must be long and subtle. Only then you will come out of the Savasana.
Yes.
So even if you do dynamic asana, after Savasana, if your breath rate is going to go down, your heart rate is going to come down, then the quality of asana practice is very good. Also pranayama. Even in pranayama, they say for pranayama itself, the sutra says you have to get dirgha sukshma prana. Correct. After asana practice, tasmin sati, shwasa prashwasa yoho. That is, your unconscious breathing is becoming conscious. And your breath has become dirgha and sukshma. Only then pranayama has happened. Okay, so all these things are the meters to check how our quality of pranayama and asana is happening. Also, in a month beginning, how many breaths you had. In the month end, how many breaths you had. Daily, how many days you have practiced. All these things, if you take a note and if you have the diary like that, and if you can see the difference also, you will know how your body is responding to the asanas that you are doing.
I'll start doing immediately, Didi. Although I feel the benefit already, but I'll consciously note it down and show you the table.
See, each and every day you can find the difference.
Yeah.
For you, I can give one of my experience. This year February, I got a severe respiratory infection. Nearly for 20 days, I couldn't speak well. My breath rate, breath count was very, very low.
Right.
Meaning, it was like, what to say, more than, okay, in a minute, I had more than 20 breaths.
They call it a pigeon like or rabbit
Yeah,
like
it was
breathing.
very
Yeah. Yeah.
shallow. I
Breathing like.
couldn't breathe properly. Okay, then I went to a therapy session in Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandram. I was studying actually there. My mentor gave me a practice, and I did it for next 1 to 2 months. What happened? Drastically, the number of breaths got down. That is, I started to breathe. In a minute, I got 2.5 to 3 breaths. I will even check and I will let you know. My breath rate became very, very subtle, and the number of breaths in a minute got very low also. The number of counts got less. It was really a good experience for me.
So in
Didi,
this point of view, you are saying in this angle only cleansing happens, right? Because compare
Cleansing
the breath
also
rate
happens. Your prana is getting more
increased.
powerful within you, so that your
Powerful,
health will
yes.
be very good.
Okay.
Didi, one thing I want to ask you. This thing, it happened with you in your allergy condition. Will that whatever you were doing will help in the asthma condition also?
Possible, sir, but the asanas what you do is very, very important. The proper asana combination must be taken, and accordingly you have to do.
Because my elder sister is suffering from severe asthma. So I thought,
Then it is better you go to Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandram. They have online sessions also. So probably I can send you the details. They can
please
call
send me
out.
that. Please send me the link because I would like to.
Yes, sir. They have a very good therapy there, and their
Please,
teachers are very good in treating the people. So
please, sir.
yeah, it
Please,
will be
Didi.
better if they get the. But
Yeah, yeah.
one thing is like they want a sincere and dedicated practice every day, sir. That is very
Yeah.
important. Yoga, when we come to yoga, it is not like taking a pill, it will work. We have to do for our own health.
Yeah, yeah. All the way. True. So send me the link, please, because I would like to.
Yes, sir.
She's last few days she's not able to speak also.
Yes, sir. I will send it. Sir.
Please.
Okay. Thank you. We will close with a prayer.
Thank you. Thank you, Didi.
Please be seated in cross-legged. Yeah. See, this I forgot to tell. No, for your cleansing system from today onwards, please do your asanas very slowly. Have coordination with your breath. If possible, you stay in the posture for minimum of 1, maximum how much ever is possible for you. Don't strain yourself.
Okay.
Don't force yourself. Whichever is the length of your breath, that must be the length of your movement also.
Didi, I'm already doing it with Valamurali sir's that slow Surya Namaskar. So now my 12 Surya Namaskaras are taking me 32 minutes with
One round, sir.
Ujjayi. And in last 2 months that I'm doing it, 1.5 months that I'm doing it, my stamina has gone up almost by 40-50%.
See, there is a
Stamina increased.
like previously, like now I'm 76. Previously, I was feeling like a 55-year-old. But now after doing this, I'm feeling like a 40-year-old now.
Okay, now you are our inspiration, sir, really.
No,
At
it has really,
76 you are doing, so you
it
are
has,
really an inspiration to
yeah.
all of us. Thank you, sir.
It has done that. Actually, Pavan Muktasana series 1, and then the standing asanas like Tadasana and forward bending and back bending and the side bending and all. And then I do go for Pavan Muktasana. Then I do my Surya Namaskar and then little of pranayama. it has improved me so much. Funny.
Really a great inspiration for
Yeah.
everybody.
So
Yeah.
this
We are
Ujjayi
not
with
so young, we are not doing it properly, but you are doing this at this age is really a very good inspiration.
no, but I'm so grateful that I joined your sessions, and it has helped me a lot. From seventh, I'll be taking a group of 6 people and make them do the slow pranayam section. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We will end with a prayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please remove your specs. Sit in cross-leg posture. You can have Namaskar Mudra or palms on your knees. Feel comfortable. Make your body relaxed. Gently close your eyes. Become aware of your breath. Karacharanakritam va Kayajam karmajam va Shravananayanajam va Manasam va paratam Vihitam avihitam va Sarvametat swamasva Jaya Jaya Karunabhi Jaya Jaya Karunabhi Shri Mahadeva Shambho Hari Om everybody. We will meet later. Today evening. Yes, sir.
In different sessions, we have different prayers. Now,
I don't know.
how does this prayer connect to the sessions that we are doing?
See, first, whatever we start with Sahana Vavatu is a mantra to be told by both the student and the teacher
True.
when it comes to the teaching circle. But
True.
when we do it in front of the food, before we take the food, it means we are incorporating or we are including all the people who all are responsible for bringing that kind of food onto our plate. So, Sahana Vavatu, when we say whoever is helping us in bringing the food to our plate, everybody has to grow, everybody has to nourish themselves, and everybody must live in peace. That is what we are visualizing, and we are doing it in front of the food. But when we do it in the class, it means both the teacher and the student must grow together without any ego problem, without any disputes, and both of them must improve their knowledge. Teacher doesn't mean they are full with knowledge. They know little better than the student, that's all. So both of them has to grow together. So it is like combining or we are encompassing everybody and we take it. We pray for them. So that is about Sahana Vavadu. This Karacharana Kritam work, what I said it at the last, it is from Shiva Manasa Puja. It was written by Adi Shankaracharya.
Do you need a chart?
Neelam ma'am? Okay, so this is from Shiva Manasa Puja written by Adi Shankaracharya. This is the last portion of that one. What that means is whatever mistakes I have done through my words, action or through my thoughts, everything I surrender to you and I ask forgiveness from you. From Shiva. I mean from Shiva. So by knowingly or unknowingly, I can do mistakes. So when I say this, I pray to Shiva to forgive me for all the mistakes, whatever I have done through my words, actions, thoughts, so that I can get forgiveness. So that's it.
This you put in the group because we do a lot of, I mean, I do a
correct.
lot of mistakes, so I have to ask for more forgiveness. So please send it in the group.
Actually, this will be very good when you do it before sleep. If this mantra is done, if this is the last mantra or this is the last thought you have and do the mantra and then you fall asleep, you must not talk to anyone else after that. You have to say this and then sleep off. If this
Please
is
do.
going to be the last one, when you end with Shambho, and if you can stay with that word or sound throughout the sleep, before you sleep also, if you keep on chanting Shambho, Shambho, this will be very useful. So I don't know if I can say it in this recording.
Yeah, we'll hear it.
No, the thing is like, when you say a specific word as a sound, actually Sanskritam is having sounds rather than words.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
from the sounds they take the words and they
But
have created the meaning. So
true.
if you can say this Shambho, and if this Shambho is your last word, I'm not saying you, you in the sense, thing is, because you must not feel offended for this, what I'm going to say now. If this Shambho is going to be the last word during the death,
Yeah.
then our afterlife journey will be very smooth. So there is a story related to this. What our guru used to say is, one of the rishis went to Shiva and said, what is there in the word Shambho? Why people are so much, what to say, they are very much fascinated in chanting Shambho. What is the use? He asked to Shiva. So what he did, he took a caterpillar, he took a butterfly and he brought it to the rishi and asked him to say Shambho. When the rishi said Shambho, the butterfly died. Okay, so he did not know what to do. He was just bewildered and he was just looking at the butterfly. It was pitiable condition to, through him it died. No, he said Shambho and the butterfly died. So he got offended. So he said, what is this? Shambho is very good word, people are saying, but when I said this, butterfly died. It's okay, you bring me a deer. So he got a deer and he came to Shiva. So Shiva again said, say Shambho to deer. So what happened? He said Shambho, the deer died. So he couldn't come to terms with that. Then he said, go and bring me a child. So he brought a child and he said, please don't ask me to say Shambho to this child. I don't want it to be killed. But at that time, the child opened its mouth and said, please say Shambho to the rishi. He was like, why should I say it? Then the child said, I was the butterfly. You said Shambho, I became deer. When you said Shambho to the deer, now I became a human. If you say Shambho to me, I can become a divine also. So that is the power, and that is what they say when we are chanting Shambho regularly, and if that is the last word at our death, it will take us to any levels in our afterlife. Also, in Tamil, we have a saying, Saha pora nerathula Shankara Shankara sollakudadu. Meaning, at the death time, you cannot call Shankara Shankara. Only if it is in the practice throughout the life. At the death also, we will get that Shankara name. The whole life, if we are practicing money, I want food, I want that, this, during the death, Shankara will not come. Only this money and food will come. So practice is very important. If you want to call Shankara, call from now. If you want to call Shambho, call from now. If you want to call Narayana, call from now. Whomsoever is Ishtadevata for you, please keep chanting so that at the end also the same vasanas or samskaras, it will come with us.
Thank you.
Okay, I have spoken so much. I think I'm sorry if it is
No, this is how.
Ma'am, please share that, ma'am, at the group, please. That mantra, final mantra.
Okay.
Thank you.
Also, that Saganam Bhavantu also recording that word recording.
Yeah, both I will send. Both
Thank
I will
you.
send. Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Thanks a lot.
ma'am.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Hari Om, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Hari Om.
much.